Tragic discovery of 6 hostages' bodies in Gaza, a grim development in the Israel-Hamas conflict. In a heartbreaking development, the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, have confirmed the recovery of the bodies of 6 hostages who were brutally murdered by Hamas militants in Gaza. Among the deceased is Hersh Goldberg Polin, a 23-year-old Israeli-American whose story became a poignant symbol of the international hostage crisis following Hamas's devastating attack on Israel on October 7, 2023. The hostages, whose bodies were discovered in an underground tunnel complex in the southern Gazan city of Rafah, include Carmel Gat, 40, Eden Yerushalmi, 24, Alexander Lobanov, 32, Almog Sarusi, 27, and Master Sergeant Ori Danino, 25. The IDF reported that the captives were executed by their Hamas captors shortly before Israeli forces reached their location. This discovery has sent shockwaves through Israel and beyond, intensifying the already simmering anger and frustration over the handling of the hostage crisis. For months, the families of these hostages, including Goldberg Polin's, have been vocal in their calls for the Israeli government, led by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, to prioritize the safe return of their loved ones. The Hostage and Missing Families Forum, an advocacy group representing the families, has accused Netanyahu of failing to secure a deal that could have saved the hostages. They argue that political considerations have taken precedence over the lives of innocent civilians. The situation has further strained Netanyahu's leadership, with calls for mass protests against his administration's perceived mishandling of the crisis. The Prime Minister, in a recorded statement, expressed shock and deep sorrow over the killings, reiterating Israel's commitment to pursuing Hamas and securing the release of the remaining hostages. He blamed Hamas for obstructing negotiations and preventing a ceasefire agreement that could have facilitated a peaceful resolution. The discovery of the hostages' bodies comes at a time of immense humanitarian crisis in Gaza, where the conflict has devastated communities and left countless civilians in dire need of aid. The United Nations has initiated a campaign to vaccinate hundreds of thousands of children against polio, a measure made possible by a temporary pause in hostilities. Yet, the fragile ceasefire remains under constant threat as tensions continue to escalate. As Israel mourns the loss of these 6 individuals, the international community watches closely, with many questioning what lies ahead for the remaining hostages and the future of the Israel-Hamas conflict. President Joe Biden, expressing his devastation, vowed that Hamas leaders would face consequences for these heinous acts and assured that efforts to secure the release of the remaining hostages would continue tirelessly. This tragic episode underscores the human cost of the ongoing conflict and the urgent need for a lasting resolution that ensures peace and security for all involved.